going round and round
in the astral plane,
in the astral plane,
looking for who I truly am.
looking for who I truly am.
And I accept
I accept
I was created
I was created
in the image of God,
in the image of God.
and I accept that's who I am.
I accept that's who I am.
Okay, now let's see what goes on here.
Wow.
As you can see, it's very strong. There's no dispute there, is there?
No.
Okay. And I see, too, you have weak hips.
Yes.
It's where the joint comes in like this. It's a weakness in the way the structures are held together by the ligaments and the muscles in there. We test that like this. Bring this leg way out here and hold strong. Are you trying to hold it?
I'll try again. Okay.
You tried as hard as you could, right?
I did, yes.
Now this one, out. Same thing there, it's very weak. I put about maybe 8, 10 pounds of pressure on there, that's all. So now we see what causes that, what your body is trying to tell us. Because it is a blessing that we get these signals in our bodies so we can know what to do about it. That's the way it's meant to be. It was built that way, created that way. It's genetic. Now, something that is genetic is nothing but a memory in the body cells. And it can be released just as easily as any other type of energy. So let's see what this is. Now, this is it comes from your mother's side of the family. See, I release my inherited tendency
I release my inherited tendency
to have hip joint disease
to have hip joint disease
from my mother,
from my mother,
her father,
her father,
his father,
his father,
his father,
his father,
and his father.
and his father.
5 generations. So now let's come out again and check that. Hold strong. Hold strong.
And if we can realize that these are electrical circuits, and just as we overload a circuit in our meter box in our buildings, and that circuit breaker has to be turned back on. Now with acupuncture and acupressure, you can treat that circuit mechanically with your own body to stimulate this, and that gets the circuit breaker back on. But without going to the cause of why it tripped in the first place, it will trip out again.
And that's why it's so important.
Yes.
That's why it's so important to deal with these memories.
Right. So that these conditions can be permanently
And you did
changed.
say, I believe over the weekend, that any illness can be healed.
I believe that there's nothing that cannot be healed. That this power that created this body can heal this body. And I've seen blind people healed, deaf, epileptics, every other kind of condition that you can name.
And of course we know that trauma happens to the body. If you're run over by a truck or you're gored by a bull, we need to go back and correct that, stitch up the material realm and put it back together so that the healing can take place. We need to provide the right environment so that the healing can really take place.
Yes, the environment for the human body is very important, and we must take care of following these laws and rules that involve the human body. However, in this case now we have a contracted muscle right here at it's a little hard to reach it. But see, there's a big knot there, a very tender spot, huh? Yeah. Now let's check over here, and that's nice and loose, huh? It's only on the right side. So just say this, say, I release
I release
my resistance
my resistance
to being in the body
to being in the
at
body
this time of turmoil
at this time of turmoil
on planet Earth
on planet Earth,
and fear
and fear
of life from myself and my family.
from myself and my family.
Now, when you release that immediately,
Wow. That's amazing.
is that all gone now?
It's gone.
It's instantaneous.
Yeah.
Energy can be changed in the blink of an eyelash.
And some people ask, well, now will it return? Well, it's like if you are invited to have sugar again and you make another choice, the body will reflect it.
In other words, it's not too likely you'll do that again because now you're aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, if you did do the same thing again, it would show up as a tight neck on the right side. It's a signal to our body that there's something wrong. We are resisting something. If you resist something, it affects this side. If you fight something, it affects this side.
Okay.
We actually have about a minute or so left. We're going to keep going with the healing, and then when it's time for me to say goodbye, I'll do that, but let's keep going with the healing.
Okay. Now she has a lower back problem. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I see it there. Bring your legs up. And hold that strong. And push it against me now. Push as hard as you can. It's impossible to do that, isn't it? It's weak. And that should be so strong you can throw me.
Oh,
These are powerful muscles.
okay.
Believe me, I've been thrown. Okay. Let's see what it is. Release the fear of misusing my power
Ugh, I release the fear of misusing my power
between bodies,
between bodies,
looking at the past.
looking at the past.
And now I think I make a,
And now I make a...
no, I release my decision not to bring that power into my body
I release the decision not to bring that power into my body
in this life
in this life
because of my fear of misusing it.
because of my fear of misusing
Lisa,
it.
give me 1 second. We're going to say goodbye. We're going to continue with the healing. My name is Robert Bruce Starr. You've been watching Star Talk. Thank you for joining us. We'll continue. Bye-bye now.
Okay.